.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
You're now back in the booth with Big Man AJ Lee on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
All right, so it's something that we talked about last week.
Yeah, we did.
And it's something that we're going to be doing every week. It'll be a top 5. Top 5 of something.
And if it's a really slow news week, it's going to be a top 10. Or we're going to do 2 top 5.
Most likely. So last week we said this week we're going to do our top 5 players who we think in the NBA can pull a Shawn Kemp. Players that we think that during the lockout will just get morbidly obese and eat their way out the league. So, Mr. Lee, we're going to kick this bad boy off with you. Who, sir, is your top 5?
Coming in at number 5.
Yes, sir.
I have. He's done it once already and wasn't even a lockout. Boris Diaw. Charlotte's own Boris Diaw.
Yes, sir.
I have a direct quote from Mike D'Antoni.
Hold on. This is, and I knew about this quote. This is probably one of the best quotes I've ever heard coming from a coach talking about a player. Continue.
I told him to go home to France and eat. I did not tell him to eat every croissant in France. When your coach says that after you've come back after 2 months off, like he got pudgy, he got doughy, he got round, he got full.
Because that was after the year that he had a great. Remember,
he had a great year.
He had a great year.
Well, not a great year. He had a solid 11 points, 8 boards, 8 assists.
Great year for him.
Yeah, and then he put on some weight.
Well, they fed him.
They fed him. And now he's got it. And now we have a lockout. He's got a year just to eat good.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been to France. Them portions are small as hell. You know how much food he had to eat in France to get that fat?
A lot.
Because,
but a lot of bread though.
It's a lot of bread. It is
bread
with every
a
meal.
lot of carbs.
It's bread with every meal.
Go ahead.
So after Boris Diaw, number 4, I got Baron Davis. Baron Davis has a bad back, bad knees,
a
fat face, and a chubby stomach.
All right.
Like if you ever you have to watch the dunk when he dunked on Karolinko. After he dunks on Karolinko, you know how you just rip your shirt. He lifted his shirt up and he had on a girdle. Like if you watch the highlight, he's got a blue girdle on while he's playing ball. That's not for your damn back. He had on a girdle, and I was like, "Ooh, that's not good." So and he's in Cleveland. But if they have the lockout, he's going to be in LA. But he knows he has to go back to Cleveland, so he's depressed.
Right.
Baron Davis is like 2 steps away from hypertension. 2 steps away. So Baron Davis comes in at number 4. Number 3, Glenn Big Baby Davis.
Yep.
Called himself the ticket stub. He's kind of got like the whole Shrek thing going already. He's always been a big guy. They always said he can keep his weight down and he can stick in the league. I don't see that happening this offseason. He's from down south. He's going to go home and he's going to eat all sorts of possum, gator, squirrel, and whatever else they serving off the road that night. So Big Davis comes in at number 3. Number 2, I got DeMarcus Cousins.
Okay.
He's already a big guy. He's not too athletic. He looks like he's trouble. Like I put him and Kendrick Perkins in that class of guys that are like true thugs.
Right.
And other than Deshaun Stevenson, who doesn't count. But DeMarcus Cousins and Kendrick Perkins are the 2 guys that look like they have a pistol tucked in their waistband mid-game. DeMarcus Cousins is another one of those guys that's already a little doughy, already a little pudgy, and looks like he's going to just sit back and eat and drink this whole lockout. Might start smoking a little bit more, might start drinking a little bit more. I wouldn't be surprised if he came back with 5 or 6 kids as well. So
Jimmer will be safe though.
So
you know what?
So hold on. So you say he's gonna go for the full Shawn Kemp effect.
He's gonna do the full Shawn Kemp effect. He's gonna do the full Shawn Kemp effect. Jimmer might save him, but I think this is gonna test Jimmer's faith going to Sacramento because Jimmer's brother is a rapper. You know that. Jimmer's older brother is a rapper.
No.
He's a rapper.
That was for fun. He's not a rapper.
Listen, he thinks he's hood.
Okay.
If you Brooklyn, did you see him at the draft?
Yes.
Did you see the sleeves dripping off of that piece of crap? He is loving it. Jimmer's going to be hanging with DeMarcus. He's going to be hanging with Tyree. He should be on my list now that I think about it. His brother's going to burn through his money. Yeah, Jimmer, this is going to be a test of Jimmer's faith right here. This is going to be a test.
Go ahead,
this
man.
Is definitely going to be a test.
Go ahead,
man. Number 1, and number 1 cannot be more obvious. Eddie Curry.
Okay.
He's already broke.
Yeah.
He's already overweight.
Yeah.
So now the checks have stopped coming in, as they say.
Okay.
So there's no check this offseason.
No.
He's not getting paid.
Nope.
And his check for this season was already accounted for, so he's already broke.
Man, so is he can start a habit?
That's the next step. That's the next step. When you're broke, you're hungry, you've got nowhere to turn, you turn to drugs. I mean, think about it, man. He already threw a semen-soaked towel.
Oh, my God.
On a limo driver. How much lower can you go?
Did you really go with the semen-soaked towel?
You know how much semen it takes to soak a towel? Like, do you honestly, like, that's maybe 2-3 weeks worth of nut. So
was it called the big nut bust right there?
Yeah, it's going to be a purple nut bust. So Eddie Curry threw a semen-soaked towel on a limo driver.
Right.
In the process of going broke.
Right.
That lets you know right there he's on something already.
And, okay, recap your top 5.
So,
man.
5 Baron Davis, 5 Boris Diaw.
Right.
4 Baron Davis, 3 Glenn Davis, 2 is DeMarcus Cousins, and number 1 with a bullet or a heroin needle, whatever you want to call it, Eddie Curry.
All right. Here's my top 5. At number 5, I have Zach Randolph. Reason why I have Zach Randolph is great playoff series this past year. He got paid, though, before the playoffs, or during the playoffs. He got paid. He has no incentive to be working out.
You know why Zach Randolph won't get big? For one, he's never worked out. 2, his house in Indiana has already been rated as the weed spot. He is the Midwestern weed supplier. All he does is smoke weed. He's not going to put on no weight.
Munchies, man. Munchies.
When you smoke enough, you lose weight.
You lose weight. Number 4, I got DeJuan Blair. Basically, man got no knees.
Yeah.
He's not going to be working out.
He can't.
And he is short of stature and thick in shoulders and waist. He can only go sideways.
Yeah. So you can only go out at this point.
He can only go out. Number 3, DeMarcus Cousins. For everything you said, it's basically true, and I really don't want to see any. DeMarcus Cousins is the type of guy that if you were like a sports person in Sacramento doing like a show like us, I probably wouldn't say nothing bad about him. I'd be kind of scared. Be kind of like he might come after me.
He might be in the studio with you.
Exactly. You can look at knocking on the. I'm like, oh no, come on, I was playing, man.
You know, it's a joke. Watch your head as you step in. Okay, come on in.
Number 2, Baron Davis. Like we said, I like to tie this in with Shawn Kemp some more. Before Shawn Kemp got big, where'd he go? Cleveland. That's where it starts.
You think that's why LeBron got out?
Yes, because he felt that he was gaining weight. He was getting a little too happy there. Baron Davis. Come on, what did we say when he got traded to Cleveland? We were like, first, get any weapons away from him and pull the food from him.
Oh, did you see those BS tweets he was sending out? Could win, guys. Can't wait to get there to play with you on Saturday. Oh, Baron. He was tweeting to keep himself from crying. Man, if I got traded from L.A. to Cleveland, I'd slit my throat. No, you know what I'd do? I'd shoot the pilot in the head so everybody that's flying to Cleveland with me dies miserably, and then I'd slit my throat on the way down.
So you wouldn't go there for vacation?
Oh, no. But my number 1 guy is Vince Carter. Now,
really?
Yes, Vince. Now,
Sanity?
Vince Sanity.
Half man, half
yes.
amazing?
Let's just be honest. Vince is going to hurt himself somehow, some way in the offseason. Paper cut. You know what I'm saying? He might choke on some spaghetti. He might trip and fall, hurt himself. The boozer effect. The
something
bags.
that's sexy.
Yeah, the bags are going to take him out. You know how he does. And he doesn't be able to work out during the offseason because his pinky hurts. And so if his pinky hurts, he can't work out, and he's probably going to eat. Let's be honest. He's 35. He is 35 years old. He has does he really have any motivation to really do this anymore?
Yeah,
does he?
Yeah, he wants to get paid. He needs another contract, man.
Who's going to pay him?
Somebody.
Phoenix is about to waive him. So I'm just like,
He's got a good beard, though.
Very good beard. Very good beard. But compared to Shawn Kemp, 2 athletic guys at one time that I did not see Shawn Kemp. I didn't see that coming. Vince Carter will be the one where you didn't see it coming. Like, ooh, Vince.
Yeah.
Vince, you're right. All of a sudden, Vince is playing power forward. You know what? And below the rim.
I think Vince Carter is probably the best one, just because he.
This is one that you don't see coming. It's like, boom.
He's right there. He's right there with Shawn Kemp as far as exciting athletic ability.
Right.
On like his last leg.
Yep.
He's got nothing left to turn to but alcohol and vag.
so my top 5: number 5, Zach Randolph; number 4, DeJuan Blair; number 3, DeMarcus Cousins; number 2, Baron Davis; number 1, Vince Carter. B, who you got? I know you had to put something together real quick. Who you got real quick?
I just threw it together off what I had. I mean, number 5, I stole from James. It was Eddie Curry.
Okay.
For all the reasons you said. Number 4, the entire Dallas Mavericks team.
You think they're happy?
They did what they came to do 15, 16, 17 years ago when they first entered. Now they're done.
Okay.
Number 3, Tony Allen.
Okay.
It's real exciting, real motivated, kid from Chicago. For all the reasons that Zach Randolph won't make it back next year, neither will Tony Allen.
Go ahead.
Gilbert Arenas.
I can see that. I can see that. Didn't think about that. I can see that though.
He's one cheeseburger away. He's a step there. It's not gonna happen.
And he's got years left, and he knows he's getting that money.
Right.
So he can get fat now. That's a good.
That's a good one. I like that one.
And the last one, I mean, I was gonna go Bosh, Boozer, Chandler, but I'm gonna go Derek Fisher. I think Kobe's gonna cut. I think Kobe's gonna cut that cord. They're gonna get rid of Shannon Brown and finally get him a real point guard.
And Derek Fisher's going to eat his way out of L.A.
Derek's going to do something.
Okay.
He might eat his way. He might sit his way. He might TiVo, DVR, UVerse, DirecTV his way, but he won't be in the league anymore.
I'll tell you, Chris Bosh almost made your list. That will never happen.
Exactly.
Because you know why? He's got to stay slim so he can fit those couture gowns that he wears down in Miami. So Chris Bosh will never let himself get too big.
Next week, Jay, we're talking about the WAGs.
Yeah.
Next week, the WAGs.
Next week, top 5. We'll just do athletes
in general.
But American athletes. We're not counting them European soccer players.
That's unfair. That's unfair.
Their women are on a whole nother level.
I looked at those. I'm like, I saw a list of the best looking athletes' wives, and they're just athletes worldwide. You didn't see an American.
For like 20 down.
For like 20. I was just like, damn.
That lets you.
Who are these women?
That lets you know the trim potential that is overseas.
when we went over. Yeah. Boy,
it is. Boy, I tell you.
It's something else. But when we come back, we got Mark Pancratz of the University of Tennessee men's basketball program calling in. We're going to talk about Tobias Harris.
Let's tell you, Mark made it through the fire, huh?
Yeah, he did.
Made it through the fire.
He's still with him. We'll be talking about Tobias Harris.
The grill master.
Going up to Milwaukee, and your boy, Scotty Hobson, not making it at all.
What was he thinking?
It's the booth with Big Mad and Jay Lee.
ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
Hi, I'm Dean Castronovo.
Hi, I'm Steve O'Geary.
And I'm John.